There's a piece of paper sitting in a North Carolina courthouse right now, and the name on it is blacked out. NASCAR told a federal judge they're handing a brand new charter to a mystery team in 2026, and nobody, not the media, not the drivers, not even some team owners, knows who's getting it. And now, that's not the wild bit, though. The wild bit is this. The rivalry that's about to detonate in 2026 isn't Hamlin versus Larson. It isn't Chevy versus Ford. It's a Kiwi bloke from Auckland, a 19-year-old kid from North Carolina, and a billion-dollar legal war that nearly tore the sport in half. G'day, legends, and welcome to a story most American outlets are too scared to tell you straight. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand why 2026 isn't just another season, it's the year NASCAR rewrites its entire bloody DNA, and there's one team sitting on a secret weapon that nobody is talking about. Let's crack on, right? To understand the chaos coming in 2026, you need to understand where we just came from. The 2025 season ended with two massive earthquakes back-to-back. Earthquake 1 on December 11th, 2025, NASCAR finally settled the antitrust lawsuit with 23X1 Racing and Front Row Motorsports. 9 days into the federal trial boom, it's done officially. Publicly, everyone shook hands and smiled for the cameras, but here's what your average punter missed. Buried in court filings, NASCAR confirmed they intend to issue a brand new charter in 2026, and the recipient's name was redacted. Redacted, in a sport where every charter is worth somewhere north of 40 million US dollars. Somebody is about to walk in the front door, and the existing teams are dead nervous about who it is. Earthquake 2, the silly season went absolutely feral. Daniel Suarez gone from Trackhouse off to Spire. Connor Zilisch, the 19-year-old phenom, promoted straight into the Cup Series in the number 88 Chevy Haas factory team. They've ditched Ford and gone Chevrolet with a Hendrick Technical Alliance. Read that again. A former Stewart Haas operation is now feeding off Hendrick Motorsports Intel. So you've got a brand new charter holder lurking in the shadows. You've got the most hyped American rookie since Kyle Larson stepping into a Cup car. And you've got a manufacturer war that's about to get a whole lot uglier. Because here's the thing, and this is where it gets juicy. Honda has been quietly circling NASCAR for nearly 2 years now. Racer reported in January that NASCAR's existing manufacturers, including Toyota's Jack Gibbs, have basically admitted V8s might be on the way out if the series is serious about luring Honda in. New engine regs are being discussed for 2026 or 2027. If Honda walks through that door, every contract, every alliance, every driver team pairing you know right now gets blown up. But forget Honda for a sec, because the real fight in 2026, the one that's going to dominate every broadcast, is already happening inside one single team. And I reckon nobody's connecting the dots. Trackhouse Racing, Justin Marks' outfit. In 2026, they're running 3 full-time Cup cars. Ross Chastain in the number 1, Shane van Gisbergen in the number 97, and Connor Zilisch, the Wonder Kid, in the brand new number 88 Red Bull Chevrolet. Stop and think about that lineup for a second. You've got Chastain, the watermelon-smashing veteran who reckons he's the alpha. You've got SVG, a 3-time Supercars champion who's already won 7 Cup races and is now finishing top 15 on ovals he'd never even seen before 2024. And you've got Zilisch, a 19-year-old who won his first Xfinity start, dominated 2025, and now has Red Bull money plastered all over his car. 3 alphas, 1 team, 1 trophy. Here's the data that should terrify Ross Chastain. Front stretch reported in March 2026, after just 7 races, that SVG was already pulling top 15s on ovals. By June, he'd won Watkins Glen for his 7th Cup victory. Of 11 common tracks between 2025 and 2026, he improved at 9 of them. Las Vegas, Kansas. Tracks Aussies were told he'd never figure out. The Kiwi is figuring it out fast. And Zilisch, he hasn't even started his full Cup season as I'm recording this, but Red Bull doesn't throw money at drivers who finish 25th. The expectation is podiums. immediately. So when the music stops at Trackhouse, and trust me, it will, somebody get squeezed out. And the smart money in the paddock reckons it won't be the bloke from New Zealand. Look, before I get into the technical side, the bit that genuinely explains why SVG is about to dominate in 2026, do me a favor. If you're an Aussie or Kiwi fan watching this and you're sick of American broadcasters mispronouncing Gisbergen or completely missing what's happening with Honda, hit that subscribe button. We're building a proper community of technical, no BS NASCAR fans down here in NASCAR Nation Decoded. Subscribers get the deep dive breakdowns of the leaked paddock chatter and the manufacturer intel a week before the mainstream picks it up. It's free, takes 2 seconds. Let's grow this thing properly. Right back to it, because the technical rule changes for 2026 are where this whole rivalry tips on its head. November 14th, 2025, NASCAR drops the updated 2026 rulebook, and buried inside is a change that nobody outside the garages truly understood. 5 tracks, Bristol, Darlington, Dover, Nashville, and Gateway, have been pulled out of the intermediate aero package and shoved into the short track and road course package. That means horsepower jumps to 750, less downforce, more throttle modulation required, more mechanical grip, less aero crutch. Now, why does this matter for our rivalry? Because road course and short track package racing rewards a very specific skill set: throttle control, tire management, driving the car on the edge of grip without traction control to bail you out. Sound like anyone you know? Shane van Gisbergen spent 15 years in Australian supercars, no traction control, heavy cars, throttle finesse, or you're in the fence. The 2026 package across more tracks than ever is essentially being handed to him on a silver platter. Add in 3 brand new or returning road and street courses. Mexico City still in rotation, Chicagoland added back to the schedule, and the San Diego street race at Naval Base Coronado in June, and you've got a calendar that frankly looks like it was designed in a Trackhouse boardroom. Now compare that to where Zilisch is strong. The kid is sensational on road courses too. He won his first Xfinity start at Watkins Glen. So you've got 2 Trackhouse cars, both built for the same expanded road course menu, going head-to-head for the same wins, and Chastain, the veteran oval specialist, watching the spotlight slide off him in real time. But here's the bit that the American media is genuinely missing. The short track package shift to 750 horsepower also helps drivers who can manage worn tires at low speed. That's a Supercars trademark. That's also why I reckon SVG is about to do something at Martinsville in 2026 that'll have every commentator's jaw on the floor. And speaking of jaws on the floor, that mystery charter from the start of the video, I haven't forgotten about it. Here's my prediction for 2026, and you can quote me on it. Shane van Gisbergen wins 4 or more Cup races and makes the championship 4 at Phoenix. Connor Zilisch wins Rookie of the Year and at least 1 points race. Trackhouse Racing wins the manufacturer's title for Chevrolet. And Ross Chastain, the bloke who put Trackhouse on the map, finishes 3rd in his own team and has very public words with Justin Marks by August. That's the on-track rivalry. But the real reveal, that mystery charter NASCAR's holding back. Multiple paddock sources have hinted it's earmarked for a manufacturer-backed entry. If Honda confirms its NASCAR program for 2027, which I reckon they announce mid-2026, that charter is the landing pad, a pre-built team ready to absorb a Honda factory effort dropped into the grid while everyone's distracted by SVG and Zilisch fighting at Trackhouse. That's not a rumor I'm making up. That's connecting publicly available dots that nobody else is bothering to connect. 2026 isn't a season, it's the setup year. And the pieces being moved in 2026 are the pieces that decide what NASCAR looks like in 2030. So here's my question for you, and I want a proper answer in the comments, not just an emoji. If Honda walks into NASCAR in 2027 and SVG keeps winning the way he's winning, is this the end of the road for the veteran American Cup drivers? Are blokes like Kevin Harvick's generation, the Truex Juniors, the Keselowskis, about to get squeezed out by international talent and foreign manufacturer money? Drop your call below. I read every comment, and the best take gets pinned next week. If this script connected some dots for you, smash the like button. It genuinely helps the channel punch above its weight against the big American outlets. Subscribe if you haven't. Ring the bell for the Honda announcement breakdown, and I'll see you legends in the next one. This is NASCAR Nation Decoded. We see what they don't want you to see.